That's not weed. Sorry for the wall of text. Throwaway for reasons you'll easily see. Freshman year of college I was part of the outdoors club at my school. Mainly we went hiking, canoeing, kayaking, etc., and some weekend camping trips. Winter break is coming up, and some of the people plan a week-long skiing trip to Canada. It was $400, and we would ski in Tremblant for a few days, and stay in Montreal for a couple nights. I had money saved for my summer job so I signed up to go. I had never been skiing before and I was excited to drink legally, cause, Canada. So from where we were it was about a 8 to 9 hour drive to Montreal. It went well, we had 3 cars for the 13 of us, plenty of room. We get to Montreal and go drinking the first night at a club that ended up being a goth club. Not really anyone seen on the trip, but whatever, booze and 9/13 us couldn't drink legally in the US. The second night we planned a little better. We went to the casino, took a train back, went to a couple bars. We're getting ready to go back to the hostel, and someone decides we should get some weed. I had toked a few times, and really had no desire to, but we were in a group of 9 guys and I figured what could go wrong. The other 4 were a couple who'd gone out together, and the brother of the guy who planned the trip and his friend who didn't know us and did most of the trip on their own. We're all pretty drunk, and one guy in our group goes up to this shady guy and asks if he has weed. He says no, but if we follow him, he'll get us some weed. The people who want weed are like sure, of course. The guy starts talking to us and tells us his name is Antonio, and he's Guatemalan. Then he starts telling us about how great Jesus is and asking us if we love Jesus. He's slipping from English to Spanish, but one guy, Jose, tells us it's the same religious crap. At some point, 5 people split off, leaving me with the 3 people who wanted weed. I didn't but also didn't know the way back, and was kinda pissed I got stuck with them. It also occurs to me that of the 4 of us, there's Steve, the hippie who is big but not strong, Jose who's small and also not strong, and then Samir, who's even smaller and weaker. Crap, we're gonna get mugged. At some point Antonio starts offering to get us hookers. He knows guys who could get us hookers for really cheap, and it's right near the weed. At this point it's about 3 a.m. and we've been with him for a half hour. He's still talking about Jesus but also about hookers. We're also now in a really shady neighborhood. He asks for $20 to get the weed, which Steve gives him and walks up to some guys. He makes the deal, and motions for us to follow him into an alleyway. We, stupidly, do. There are mangy cats everywhere. He pulls out the bag and it's some sort of powder. Fuck. This guy's trying to sell us coke or God knows what. The exchange between Antonio, A, and Jose, J, is as follows. J, that's not pot. A, powder. J, pot? A, powder. J, weed. The green stuff. A, ooh. That's okay. You try this anyways, is good. I take little sniff before. All of us, nope. So we start walking away and he starts yelling at us. It's in Spanish, so Jose starts yelling back at him. Apparently he was yelling he was going to come to our beds and slice us up that night. Someone had actually told him where we were staying. I don't know why he's so pissed, he has Steve's money still and now some coke for himself. We hustle out of there and walk until it looks less shady. At this point we realize we have no idea where we are or how to get back and it's 4 a.m. Eventually we find an ambulance and they have GPS and gave us directions back. It was about half a mile to the hostel. We get back, our friends are asking where we'd been and all. We tell them the whole story. The kicker, 2 of the guys bought weed for way cheaper from a guy in the hostel. Where this gets really creepy is that we're checking out the next day and the lady asks if we know a small Latino guy. We're all like no, of course not. She tells us that last night some guy who was on something came by looking for people of our description at 5ish a.m. and she called the cops and he ran. TLDR, some of my friends tried to buy weed in Canada, almost get sold cocaine instead, let the dealer keep it. He gets pissed and tries to come attack us at our hostel.